Hello everybody, my name is Nathan Gian and welcome back to the video I've been waiting for almost 5 months. It's been almost 5 months since I started working on this strike, and it's finally time to put the armor on. This will just be a video putting the armor on. Review will be coming shortly after. I think I'm going to record that tomorrow night, which would be Friday night, and then post it Saturday. Or just put it all, all at once, whatever. But we'll be taking this guy off the stand right here, and we'll be putting this armor on to see what this guy looks like. I'll be talking about stuff I did, and how awesome I think it looks, or not so much. So let's get to it. As you can see, I have all the armor parts labeled out here. That's just some painting stuff, so this is all the armor that's going to go onto this frame of the strike. I am planning to get the remastered version and do something like this. Granted, I won't have as many decals. I might actually just use the decals that comes with the remastered version and just leave it at that, no painting of the frame, because this was kind of the, okay, this is going to be a cool project kind of thing. Gold, I don't think I should have used gold, but it was part of this color scheme anyways, and so I was like, hey, why not? So I might just get the remastered strike and leave that in its old colors. Now looking at this Gundam, we can see that it's pretty cool without the armor on, all those painted on pieces that I have. Does this make it any better? Sure, let's go with that. So you can see I've painted all the gold on the body, and I have painted, not really the red because that was just glossed. I've painted the silver, the actuators, and the ankle guards as well. That is actually coming apart, which it shouldn't. The feet, and on the bottom of this kit, the feet as well. I know these aren't changed on the remastered. I really want to retouch these up, but that would include more masking, and nobody's going to see the feet anyways. I guess getting an in-depth look at this kit would be more for the review when I have more time, but taking a look at that head, I think I did a phenomenal job on the head, not to brag or anything, but I think I did a very good job. Those decals on here, I could have had the option of actually gluing this shut and then sanding it, but I have not had time to perfect that technique specifically, so I didn't want to risk it. So let's start off with dismantling this guy. As I said, this video was 5 months in coming. So why don't we start off with, let's start off with the chest, I guess, because this is one of my favorite parts of the Gundam because of the mobility you have here and the up and down motion. It's just an amazing piece that looks pretty good as well. This piece is my favorite, so let's start off with these little pieces. Let's see if you can see it. Has a decal on there. I'll show it off once I get it on the Gundam itself. So, I'm sorry my lighting isn't so good. Let's see if I can fix that in a moment. That's going to plug onto there. You can see that decal right up in there. Alright, put another lamp in here. So, coming down to the other side. A little bit of glare, but sticking this piece in here, this would actually be a better way. Because I'm setting up my camera differently. This isn't actually on a tripod, it's on the little desk thingy that you put your computer keyboard on, and it scrolls, moves in and backwards on the hinge or whatever. So we have those pieces. Now coming around to the back. Now I do realize I wanted to put all this together before the video, see how it looked, but I was like, no. I want to see this all together with you guys for the first time, and I probably would damage the pieces trying to get them back out. Like I did on, I believe it was one of these blue pieces when I first glossed it, because one of the pegs came off. But we have this piece, decal here, decal on the side, and we're just going to plug this into the back like so. Panel lined up. I don't know if you can see it, but I do like the glossiness of it, because it looks all new and stuff. People say they don't like glossy Gundams. I beg to differ. Come around to the other side. I'm actually very excited to see what this looks like. Come on. I'm going to peg in the back like so. Focus, camera. And there are 2 decals on the top. As you can see, I went to town with these decals. Coming around, let's see what goes on first. I believe this goes on first, this chest piece. I love how these vents are gold and how it's going to shine through. Let's see if we can see that. How does that look? I think that looks phenomenal. I believe it was these pegs down at the bottom that broke off for me. Still looks good. So, oh no, I did that wrong. All right, well, you get a sneak preview of the top of the chest. See what I mean when I say I probably will damage a piece because these things fit on so tightly. These red pieces actually go on first. I discovered that the hard way last time. Decals on the, whoops, come on glare, on the side right there and there, and the front. Oh, I'm gonna have to remove these back pieces as well. Way to go, Nathan. Off to a wonderful start. And wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Copyright. Alright. There we go. My mistake, these red pieces go on first. Like so. And like so. I have not seen the strike put back together with all its armor on in about 5 months. Yeah, 5 months. Alright, light, come on. Stay there, light. Alright. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should go follow me on Instagram because it has all of my builds and it has the strike right after I finish building it with the launcher. Alright, now let's see if I can do good now. Kind of come around back, plugging these pieces back onto the back pieces on the back naturally, and now this piece goes on front like so. Now how cool does that look? The gold vents, I do approve of the gold vents, I just don't know if I approve of all the other gold for this model. I think it looks amazing, but I just don't know if I approve of it for, I guess, another use. So now we're going to take these hip pieces, decal, come on camera, focus, here, here, and on the front. So these are going to peg onto the side like so, and same on the other side. And please let me know if you want me to do a build video. And you cannot forget the neck guard. I don't know, you can see I've panel lined it in there, and this just goes right on top, and that is the chest. I am very happy with how this turned out, so let's move on. Shoulders, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Alright, now this was always confusing. This should be no surprise, this is a decal that came with the kit, so Archangel, I might need to regloss that because it's a little weak on the glossiness. And then coming around with the X105 and plugging that in like so. I think that decal looks really nice with the gold. Well, I mean, I don't know if it looks nice with the gold, but I think for a custom model it looks really nice. Now coming over to the next shoulder, Archangel goes on the front this time, and the X105 goes on the back. Like so. So now you're going to have 2 shoulders that look like so, and I guess you could choose which shoulder you want. I might have to look back at the manual to see which decal goes on which shoulder. Now moving on to the legs. No, I don't know. Arms and legs are going to be my favorites, so let's move on to the waist unit. I did split the 2 rear skirts. They used to be like this, a solid joint, but split them in half. You can still see the little nub at the end to keep that from sliding out, and you can see all the decals I put into this. So let's get that back skirt joint line it up. There we go, that pops into place. And that pops into place. The advantage, oh, and it does move a little bit like it was on a wall joint. And now we're just going to plug this onto the back like so. And I think that looks pretty good. Oh yeah, and I did do the inner detailing on the back skirts at least. I did not do any in the front skirts, but the remastered kind of takes care of that. So coming around to the front. Now this is what I was about to say. This one especially was very loose in this joint, and I may need to add some I added super glue or modeling glue to this ball joint, even though it might melt the ball when I added it, but it just you know, to tighten up that joint right there so no more slippage. And that's also an advantage of glossing. It puts an extra thick layer on so it doesn't move as much, or I mean slip around in the joint. You want it to move, but alright, slipping this on, you can see the decals I've placed on these skirts. All the red ones were off of the Wing Gundam, and then the 110 and the I don't even know what that is, but that one's off the actual kit itself. And then you can see I've panel lined and decaled. And as you know, I do love my panel lines, so there will be an excess of them. I think that looks phenomenal. I do not have the Armor Schneiders in these, but I've panel lined them, as you can tell. I have a decal on here. I didn't know what to do with this because sometimes I will follow the manual on where things go and sometimes I don't. These still pop open, so I could put the Armor Schneider in. I just didn't want to put in the effort of painting it silver when I'm low on silver paint. And on this side I had an extra X105 decal. I did not line it up properly, but I think it still looks pretty good. This one's a little tighter, but come on, it still opens. It's just a little tight, yep, but still opens. So this one goes on here. I specifically remember that I wanted the X105 on this one because on the right leg I have this, so I wanted it to alternate just like I wanted on that Banshee Norn, or not in the Norn, the Banshee, but that didn't happen, unfortunate events. Those peg on. I'm thinking that's looking pretty cool. Tell me if you noticed the mistake I made on this kit, other than bad panel lining or glossing. It's with the decals. I did a big goof on this kit. Still looks good, but he did a humongous goof. So setting that waist unit aside, let's do the legs or the arms. I'm really excited for both of those. Let's do the arms. So right off the bat, we're going to have to pull these shoulder joints off. Alright, now after, excuse me. Now after removing those joints, I believe, I don't know if we have to remove the hands, but might be a good idea. So, I would like to purchase some, I don't know, maybe the new Master Grade hands, like on the Sinanji Stein, and replace them with these. I don't know how the covering would work on that, but these are better than just the standard hands, like with the real grades, high grades, where you have to switch them out, but I still don't like the old Master Grade hands. So on that note, we are going to take this one, panel lined it, golded it, silvered the little peg in there, and then the actuator here. I know it doesn't look too neat and sprucey, but that'll be covered by armor hopefully. And if not, well, not ungoofed. Right, in terms of that, this one, we are going to take this. You can see decal, panel line, decal. I believe this goes on front, or am I mistaken? Okay, yep, it's going to pop on like that, ever so neatly. And this is how I build Gunpla. I like to, or Gundam models, I like to do everything in sets of 2s. That's on backwards. This one is one of the newer pieces, so I'm hoping that that is dry completely, so I will handle that one with a little bit more care. So then you can see they're identical. Coming over, let's do this piece first. You can see I did the panel lining in here, decal on top, decals on the side, and more decals. So the one with the more decals, I believe, is facing outwards. So let's make this one face outwards. So yeah, it's going to go like this, leaving room, and that's just going to snap into place like so. So that arm is looking very spiffy, very nice. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to have this way be facing the outside since we did the opposite on the other side, because words and logic. So here we go. Now we're going to take this piece. You can see this is a decal from the Strike, and then decal from the Wing Gundam and the Wing Gundam. This is just going to sit right on top. Looking very nice. This is going to be the inside of the forearm. This is going to be the outside. I do like that gold inner frame exposed though. And you get that bend like so. But it's looking very nice. I am deeply happy with how that turned out. Coming around to the other one, same piece, same verse, second as the first. That didn't come out quite right. There we go, inside of the forearm, outside of the forearm. Now we're going to, I believe that's all for the arm, so wanting this side to be the outside of the forearm, we're going to take this and we're going to peg that in, make sure this joint flips down, indicating that it will be pointing this way so we can peg it in going that direction. Doing the same, second verse same as the first, there we go. We're going to plug this in to the top, sorry that was out of view, and flip that down. So the polycap is exposed there. Now would be the right time to pop the hands back on. So, good old ball joints. I did glossies. Okay, I did glossies. So, now you have a hand and an arm. Very nice looking arm. I am very proud of that. And popping this back on. How many actually thought, after doing a bunch of Gundam reviews, I was ever going to actually get back to this kit? Because I'm never, ever, in a million years, well, maybe after a million years, I'm getting to that Wing Gundam. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know where. Now, well, just showing off the feet, decaled this bad boy up with decals here, 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 and on the toe, panel lining, phenomenal, I love it. Feet, bottom of the feet, not so great. Paint on the little actuator there, did that on both feet. The shield, panel line, decal, new decals, decal I put there, and then decals all the way up the shield, which I think look phenomenal. But on to the legs. I've already gone through what I've painted on it, so let's get on to the armor. So let's go to the thigh. This is just going to peg on like so. As you can see, decal on this side, decal on this side. I don't think I ever differentiated which one was which side. So second verse same as the first. Coming around and pegging that on. As you can see, some of that gold is now covered up, but still looks pretty snazzy if I do say so myself. Now coming to the back of the thigh. This is a fairly new glossed piece, so I want to be a little careful. I'm putting that on wrong. Yes, I am. So one technique I like to use when putting on pieces that I should have let dry is Kleenex. It leaves, if it's really wet, don't, but if it's moderately dry, had a couple hours, just use a Kleenex. That's what I like to do. This was where I indicated. So this is going to be the outside of the leg, and the outside of the leg has this sticker right here. So I did that right. And when you bend it, the leg, it should have that nice split revealing that gold in there. I like that very much. I like that very much. Disappointed with the knee, which wants me to get the remastered version, but that's something I'll get into in my review. Now, moving on, coming over this way, line that up, get your handy dandy Kleenex, push that in. Very nice. I did screw up on the panel lining on this actually, and then I got a new Gundam marker. Hey! As you can see, I've painted that gold as well, going along with the color scheme. Now, let's see, what should I put on next? I actually think I have to remove this outer armor to put on the front guard. So we're going to come here. You can see if you can see, panel lined, and then decal. The bottom one is from the kit, but it didn't tell me to put here, and then the rest are from the Wing Gundam. Should be symmetrical, so it doesn't really matter on which side I put it on. So just do that. I think that looks spectacular. Right, and I believe we can add this front armor piece back on. So that covers the top piece. And you can see that little bit of panel lining that just brings out some more depth into the model. Second verse, same as the first. You're going to be hearing that more times than you wish to hear in this little segment. And that just goes on here, and that plugs back on top. Again, panel lining, decals, amazing. Alright, so now coming along, should we do the back? I bet we could do the back. Or should we do these side pieces? Well, I know that this decaled panel goes on the side like this and punches in, and then one of the newly waxed pieces, excuse me, and then that's just going to pop on the side. Decal right here, decal right here. I think that looks pretty sick. Now, second verse, same as the first. Since I didn't have another one of these and I didn't want it to look too... When it comes to big decals, I don't mind if it's symmetrical or not. And so that's why I have this sticker. This one was one that came with the kit that I didn't know where to place. So that's going to go on here. Just going to press onto the model, like so. Second verse, not the same as the first in terms of decals, but that's going to go on here, and that's going to press on like so. I'm liking the look of this, and so we're going to now apply the back, decal right here, decal on the back, and decal right there. I believe this one was supposed to go on here anyways. Here we go, so that just presses on, and that looks amazing. That looks amazing. I am very happy with how that turned out. Moving on, plugs into the back. Now, these I waited too long to do because the edges of the decals were coming up. I had to cut them, and they still come up. So, well, you live and learn. So for these, the more stickers are on the outside. I like this. It was like a 3-direction thing, which I thought was really cool. So the lesser one is up the inside. So this is not the leg to use it on. This is because this is the outside of the leg. This is the outside of the piece that I decided on. And so that's just going to peg right on like so. That is almost finished, but I think that looks pretty amazing if I do say so myself. This is starting to turn out and looking a lot like my Exia model because I use so many decals from the real grade Destiny I used it from the Verka Full Armor Unicorn. I did decal that beast up, but not all the weapons and shields and stuff. I'll do that periodically. Decal the MS, but nothing else. Plugs in. Looks phenomenal. I'm happy I didn't run out of silver paint. Unfortunately, that means I have run out of silver paint for my Sinanju Verka, which I have one leg left to do. Now, I think that these ankle guards are identical, so you're going to have 3 decals on here, 2 in the front and 3 on the side. And that would be the same for this as well. The remastered does a better job of this, but it's going to peg onto the leg via those pegs. Ooh, this one's tight, but it looks like it'll stay on really nicely, so that's plus. But look at that leg. Just look at that leg. I'm so stoked to see this thing put all the way together. Now we're going to do the same thing. I know this one isn't as good because I've tested this connection before. It's going to peg on via those connectors. And then you have your legs. Now, what will this thing look like put together? So let's get this beast put together. Starting with the feet. The feet, I'm going to plug into here. Come on. Polycaps, don't fail me now. That's one. Let's scoot this back a little bit, and then I can pan everything into view. There we go. You can see them legs there. Now, let's see, which is the right way? This way? I think this way is right. So shoulders are going to go on here, outside of the arms. Going to lock into place. Come on. Not even lined up. There we go. Feel that little click. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been working on this for so long. And goes in. Close up the fist. Waist section. Take these legs and plug those in. Holy crap, I have not seen this thing with armor in 5 months. Alright. Plugging these actually I'll wait till at the end. But panning up, this is what we have with our kit so far. I'm very much so liking what I'm seeing. Gonna take this hip and we're gonna plug it into the torso, like so. I am very much liking what I am seeing right now. And then, last but not least, the head. So we're going to take this and come on, strike. I did want to paint the neck gold, but I had already put it together and I was like, no, I'm not going to go through the trouble of doing that. Last, we're going to put this V-fin on. Let's see what this beast looks like. Now this is something I could not be happier with. I could not be any happier with this strike. I cannot tell you the amount of sheer hard work that I had to put into this model, and I'm just so happy that it turned out the way that it did, even if there are some mistakes, and I wonder if you can find them. But I'm so happy everything has come together. This has been a long time in the making, and I can't believe it's actually finished. Let's equip the shield, shall we? As you can see, I've done a lot of panel lining in the back. So we're going to plug this section right in here, and we're just going to plug this into the elbow, and then plug this into the hand. There we go. And then this is going to come up into the hand. That V-fin keeps falling out, but who cares? And this is going to plug in right about, oh, no, Mr. Thumb, right about here. There we go. When we have that shield in hand, it makes the strike look that much better. Now, this is pretty much what I had entailed for this video. I'm super excited. If there's anything you want me to answer, I would be more than happy to answer it, because I'm super proud of this. I don't think I've ever finished an MS, actually, because a lot of the ones that I say are finished in my cabinet, there's like one part I just need to gloss. Like I've said, Exia's back ankle armor just needs to be glossed and then it'll be completely finished. Thank you guys so much for watching. If there's anything you want me to do, review, or play, please leave it in the comments below, and why not like and subscribe. So I thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.